So I'm scrolling Reddit, and there are a lot of posts about cheating today. So that's what the theme is going to be in these posts. So this was posted in the marriage subreddit. She said, found my husband looking for a lady of the night 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Okay, she gave 3 screenshots. She said English is not their first language for either of them, but they communicate in English. And the 3 screenshots it doesn't particularly matter. So here she is confronting her husband. So the first screenshot is her husband saying, you don't trust me, so I don't give a damn about your trust. If you can't keep my respect or honor to anyone, I won't dedicate my hard work to anyone or you. Do whatever you want. So he seems quite clear. He doesn't care. And she says, you don't realize what you are doing. You even blame me for something wrong you did. And he says, I don't need this shit love. And she's like, shit love. And he says, you are welcome to find your trust just because you're not finding peace inside me. So you will destroy me either by understanding or without understanding. I need to survive and I don't need to continue my daily living. Don't need much expectation. So I don't know what's going on there, but it just like, you're not going to find peace with me. So here she's saying the bad things you do to your wife will always show up. I always welcome you. I help anything I can. I provide whatever you need. So it sounds like she's saying whatever you do in the dark will come out in the light. And maybe she's talking in the past tense here. I've always welcomed you and helped you and provided whatever you need. And then he's being dismissive. I said I don't need any comment. Talk to someone else about me. I know myself. Do not touch any of my personal stuff. Let this be clear. I am not bound to answer anyone who lacks the manners to ask properly. It's my life and it's my choice whom I will respond to and about what. If you have any issue with that, as I said, you can talk to someone right for you. I am okay to live alone. It sounds quite clear that this man does not like her. Even though English is his second language, that is being communicated to me quite clearly. And this is the part that gets me, her caption. She says, it happened again. So this has happened before. I've been married with him for 3 years, and it's happened too many times. Last time I caught him was 1 year ago. Then I thought he has changed as I never find anything in the last 1 year till today. I found a jackpot again, and here's how he responded. I have given him many chances. I provide him whatever he needs at home, at bed. Listen to this. I maintain my weight, put light makeup on, do my hair. I work, I cook literally for him only. Oh God, writing this and shaking, I still couldn't digest what just happened. So she's doing all this. She's maintaining her looks. She's cooking for him. She's dropping it down low and picking it up slow. She is doing all of the things that people say a wife is supposed to do, but he is still out looking for ladies of the night. Please know and recognize that you can put on the very light makeup. You can do your hair. You can cook. You can clean. You can bust it wide open. It does not matter to a person that wants to stray. When they want to stray, all of this that you think you're doing to keep him will not keep him. That's the reason why I wanted to do this story, because so many people, really put a whole lot of themselves into being wives and mothers. And so when it crumbles, it really makes them take it hard. They kind of crumble with it. That's the reason why you still have to hold off a little piece of yourself so that if a relationship fails, you don't just fall completely apart. So reverse is like, I really don't understand what the F is going on in this conversation in your screenshots, but if he cheated, sounds like you need to move on, rip the Band-Aid off. Overrated news says, why go on with this much drama? These texts are insane. Whoever needs to find self-worth, I hope they do. Olga's Laplop says, given his clear and succinct communication, why do you remain with his butt? His words suggest earning power and that you owe him because of that. Is that right? Certainly, he actively disrespects you. Get out. There is not a future here. And then the OP says, I know, and I'm getting out. This is what I wanted to show. She is leaving. She says, really, I give up this time. This has always been his response to me whenever I found such things. And I really just give up this time. That's the reason why you got to stop giving these cheaters second, third, fourth chances. Just stop. They're going to continue to disrespect you because they see that there's no consequences. August Laplop says, just remember this isn't about how good you look, how good every other woman looks to him. I'm sorry, but how good every other woman looks to him and his lack of self control and caring. And that's pretty much it. You can do just about anything. That doesn't necessarily mean that someone who doesn't want to stay faithful will stay faithful. They'll leave. So stop trying to act like you can control how somebody else does something simply by what you're wearing, what you're doing. You can't control somebody else. All right, y'all. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. More messy marriage stuff. This one was posted in the AMA subreddit. Ask Me Anything. Like I said, there's a lot of cheating going on this morning. All right, so she says, hooked up with someone who turned out to be a married pastor. Ask me anything. She says she's a 30-something woman. Long story short, met this guy on a dating app. He performed some very sweet and thoughtful gestures, talked a pretty good game, very funny and smart, great conversation, even talked about some future plans, nothing serious. We did it. He did some very, very intimate things to me, ghosted me. My friend did some detective work and found out he's the lead pastor of a church and married. He told me he's divorced and has been for years. I feel very scummy, even a little violated, to be honest. I feel bad for his wife. The whole thing makes me cringe. It keeps me up at night sometimes. Now, the reason why lying and manipulation makes you feel a little violated because you are doing things with somebody without the full picture. Things that you probably wouldn't have done had you had the full picture, and that's the reason why I don't know what the word is. It's some kind of coercion, though, where you're lying and manipulating people to get the draws. Now, for me, in this day and age, I believe that people like this need to have their reputations blown up. They need to be tarnished. Their whole life needs to be put on display some kind of way. That's just me talking because the wife has the right to know. And these married people, these married men are so bold to be on these apps and they need to get exposed, especially if they have jobs where they're held in a high esteem, leadership position, powerful positions. They need to be dropped down 7 to 15 pegs, period. They need to be brought down. Let's get into a few of these comments. Incognito says, if you tell the wife, she will probably forgive him and not say a word in an effort to avoid embarrassment as the head couple of the church. I would take one of the suggestions about putting flyers on the car. I would probably not show my face to him or confront him because if he loses his position, he might lose his mind and know that you're the one and retaliate. Chances are he's done this before and he won't know who outed him. Ancient One says, this is true. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's extremely sad. And the crazy part is they act as if they're still a better family unit. And then the OP says, I'm definitely scared of retaliation. Throwaway Dumbo says, what do you mean by he did very, very intimate things to me? You had to put it that way to make it seem like you weren't a willing participant in it. You both did it consensually. Also, why do you feel almost violated? You feel violated after the fact, so you can always consent to an actual activity and enjoy it today, but decide to feel violated anytime you wish in the future, depending on unrelated and external circumstances to the actual act that you had earlier consented to. Whew, that's a lot of words. Okay, she says, you're taking he did way out of context. I didn't say it to allude to it not being consensual. I was trying to be demure and not go into full detail about what we actually did, but F it. He ate me from front to the back. So yes, there are things that he did to me with my consent, and I'm sure he went home and kissed his wife and kids with the same mouth. But the crazy thing is, this person is talking about an actual act that you had earlier consented to. Had this woman known about things, I doubt that she would have consented to things. So he did not give her the full opportunity to fully consent because he was a liar. Ingle Graphics says, I would out the guy. What a scumbag. I don't even mean that it would feel good. Schnaftenfruit is great. I mean that people with power who claim to be authorities on morality and ethics need to be knocked down when they are frauds. Yes, I said that. I said that before I even read this. in front of their people if possible. People need a code lesson to not blindly accept authority, to stop being so naive. This person says, print out his dating profile and conversation, go to his church on Sunday, pass the papers out during service. This person at the bottom says, the nuclear option, I like it. Okay, but like they said, don't pass it out and show your face. Like, have someone else put the papers up. Be anonymous. Mickey Rutt says, do you mean to tell me a religious leader would say things that aren't true for personal gain? Improbable. Hunton Claw says, just calm down, boy. Sit on my lap. Let me tell you all about it. Mickey Rutt says, fool me once. And Mr. Eggman says, fool around with me once. I'm going to end it with this one. Mysterious Book says, report and alert the wife, the other elders. Then the OP says, what hell, he is the elder. He's the lead pastor, literally started the church. Forsaken Cheesecake says, the church should have a panel of elders or deacons more than just him that are typically elected by the church body. See if you can find out who they are and report it to them. However, the burden of proof will be on you, and even then they may not want to do anything. And that's the truth. You put out the truth, you put it on a piece of paper, you put it on the cars, like she said, like someone suggested, and then you go about your business and you kind of forget about it. Or you can try to follow along on social media or something like that to see if there's any messiness that pops off. All right, y'all. So let me know what you think about this one. Tons of messiness today. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Another messy marriage post. This woman says, I'm so disappointed. She posted this in the marriage subreddit. She says, I have an uneasy feeling that my husband is cheating, but I have no proof. It's just a gut feeling. When I brought it up, he assured me he wasn't talking to anyone, but he's always on his phone, and I haven't checked it because I want to trust him. Last night while we were relaxing, his phone rang at 2 a.m. It was a woman he hooked up with 10 years ago when we were on a break. His face went pale when I asked why she was calling, and he claimed he didn't know. He shut down the conversation, but now I'm stuck wondering why she'd call a married man at that hour. I've known her since we were teens, and she's been involved with my ex, my husband, and even a close guy friend of mine. My husband is making it seem like I'm just being paranoid, but my intuition says something is off. I'm feeling so low and don't know what to say to him anymore. I checked the girl's IG, and there it is. My husband is liking most of her photos. A part of me wants to check his phone, but I'm afraid of what I might find. Deep down, I feel like I already know. It's not a nice feeling. She says, update. I posted a picture of their chat in the comments. Thank you so much, dear strangers, for your advice. She says, I got it. I snapped a photo of the convo. It's in the WhatsApp, and app was hidden. And someone says, what does it say? Okay, so this was the picture she took. We got the love emoji. It says, hey, so nice to talk to you. I'm having memories flowing back to me. Let's talk soon. We got the smiley face emoji. And this is back in January. So almost a year. This person says, are you awake? It's like, hey, sorry, I went to bed early. This person, yeah, it's just like normal catch up conversation, and it's nothing much. But she said that his WhatsApp was hidden. So obviously, probably hiding conversations as well. All right, so the wife says, this is all I got. I had limited time and I was shaking. Pin Pasta Bun says January, oh girl. And Oots Chip says, that's from January this year. It's been going on since then. Can you dig some more later? Maybe turn on some location settings on his phone or apps. And then I just can't. It's like, it looks like some parts are missing. Like there's part of the message saying, see you soon. The OP says, I think they're communicating on different platforms. Last night was a messenger call. I'm sure they also probably chat on IG, and this one is on WhatsApp. Lady Volder writes, says, document all of this. You want it in the divorce. Round ad said it won't matter in the divorce. My lawyer says cheating is not illegal. The same lady did an update saying, update to my previous post. I messaged the husband. Before I jump into the screenshots that she gave us, she provided some context in the comments saying that she didn't try to contact the husband. She was sending this to the wife, and he was the one who replied to me. I wanted to do that because, like, this person says, sweet endeavors. You might want to edit your post to include that detail, because right now it looks like you messaged the husband of your affair partner first when your own spouse isn't even giving you the full truth. All right. And she says, I would also maybe encourage you to get some rest. You haven't stopped commenting, and you haven't stopped commenting since this first occurred. So go ahead and rest. So that's what Sweet Endeavors is saying. Now let's look at some of these posts. So this is what she messaged to the woman. Why are you calling my husband at late hours of the night? I saw your chats. Do not block me if you don't want me to send screenshots of your chats to all your husband's relatives on Facebook. I already have all the Facebook accounts that I want to send these screenshots to. Don't effing F with me, Jay. I have been a nice person to you despite you constantly effing my men. You effed with the wrong wife. Okay, so now this person is responding, and supposedly this is the husband saying, hello, where is the problem? And the wife, the aggrieved wife, says, do you have a twin brother that is married to blank? He says, no, Jay is my wife. What is your problem? And the aggrieved wife says, are you still together? The person says, are you a detective? And the supposed man says, what is your problem? And don't ask me questions. You are bothering my wife. And right there, I don't believe that this is the husband. This is probably Jay. Then the aggrieved wife says, I'm not bothering your wife. She's been bothering us. I've known your wife since she was a teen. Tell her to stop flirting and calling my husband late hours of the night. The person responds with, your man is following her social networks. It's his right. My wife can call whoever she wants. It's her right. That's the reason why I don't believe that this is a man saying this. No man, no husband is going to say this. And the aggrieved wife says, no, it's not her right. My husband is a piece of too, and I'm amazed that you are protecting. She left the name. You're protecting Joan. She left the name, but she covered up the name right there. That's funny. All right, she says they are sending inappropriate messages to each other, and that is not normal to two married people. They hooked up before, and they will do the same again. But I guess you don't know what she told my husband about you. And this person says, I don't care at all. It's your problem, and stop bothering us. This person says, absolutely, have a great marriage. Tell her to stop calling my husband to complain about how you beat her up. Or if she wants to F my husband again, tell her to come to blank. They can have each other. And this person responded, I already told you once, he can talk to whoever he wants. Your man is your problem. Yeah, this doesn't sound like a man is responding. But like I said, this is all quite messy this morning. There was lots of infidelity and cheating on my Reddit threads this morning. All right, so this is the OP. I'm going to give some context. The reason I'm not prying my husband to talk is because the kids are home. He tends to be explosive when he is pressured, and I don't want the kids to hear what we're talking about. There is a possibility that the woman is the one replying, since she is a self-proclaimed digital creator and wants to be an influencer. She has multiple Facebook accounts, all are public, same as her husband, but his accounts all look inactive and empty. I did not reach out to the husband first. I was actually surprised that he sent me a message, but he was aggressive in his initial message already. I never blamed the other woman. I am a woman's woman. The only reason why I reached out to her was because I felt like she owed me an explanation, since we'd known each other for so long, way before she met my husband. She used to consider me her big sis. I'm not making light of DV. I'm actually regretting telling her her husband, afraid he will do something to her. But I also believe she might make up the whole thing just to get attention from men. My husband said she called me to complain about her husband. She said they had a fight and he beat her up and she needed someone to save her. But when we talked the next day, she said she was just drunk. My husband said that I could ask all I wanted and he would answer me, but all the messages are gone now. What's the point? I don't believe him anymore. So I'm not seeing where she's leaving her husband or anything like that. So there's literally no lesson to be learned in this. This is just some mess that I came across and wanted to share. So y'all can jump in the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
This Latina is going viral. That's because her Mexican boyfriend cheated on her. She brought him from Mexico. He was undocumented here in the US. They lived in San Antonio, Texas. She tells him, we're gonna go on a road trip. We're gonna go to Six Flags. So she tells him, it's all right, I'm gonna drive. He falls asleep. She crosses the border to Mexico. When he wakes up, they're in Mexico. She crosses back to the US and she leaves him behind, stuck in Mexico, because he cannot re-enter. So once he finds himself in Mexico and he realizes what she had done, he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, look, you want to cheat on me? That's fine. But you're going to start from zero because I brought you to the US. You can let her bring you back. When I saw this story, I was like, Latinas are on a next level. I thought I was a bad bee because I left my ex on his 40th birthday. Yeah. But this girl brought her undocumented boyfriend back to Mexico and dropped his ass and left him there. And by the way, she took out a $50 bill and said, here, good luck to you. But see, I've heard stories. Men who bring women and then the woman ends up cheating. And in this case, she brought him from Mexico and he ends up cheating on her. Unless you're married, don't bring anybody, honestly. Because to bring someone from another country to the US, first of all, it's not cheap. Second of all, you're breaking the law. You yourself can end up in a lot of legal troubles. If you understand Spanish, I'm going to tag her story so you can go listen to it. It's quite a story. On a final note, she said to him, you can cheat on me all you want, but you're not going to use me.